So my kids are gone. My wife won't tell me where they are. Didn't get much sleep last night. In an effort to find out where they are, I found my daughter's Chromebook to see if there was any information there, and discovered that my soon-to-be ex-wife and my oldest daughter have been communicating on TikTok. I want to show you some things. This is going to show the manipulation that's going on. I've wondered why for a good while that my oldest daughter has been pulling so far away from me. She's, well, makes more sense now. So, watch. This is Lindsay. And this is, see the Sonic there? That's my daughter. Let's go through some of these. There's the first one. Not too bad, that. Here's the second one.
In my opinion, the number one reason why men don't actually experience genuine empathy is because they are too wrapped up in trying to maintain their gender. Men live their entire lives trying to prove their manhood and hold on to it desperately, where they obsess about this role that they're trying to play in society.
And when they're unable to meet that social standard, they look to the women in their lives to feed them that validation. And when she can't keep up because it's like pouring into an endless bucket, she's told she doesn't love them, she doesn't appreciate them, and she's not putting in any effort.
You can look that video up later if you want to see the whole thing. I don't want to make this too long. Here's another one.
Here's a huge lie of the patriarchy that I fell for a long time. It's the idea that men just inherently need respect.
I would definitely suggest watching that entire video, but I want to talk about a few of the things he said in it because I see a lot of men that confuse respect with obedience. Disagreement is not disrespect, and only a fragile man would think that it is. Different opinions happen, and they should be welcomed in.
And you can watch that video. Here's her comment. Let's keep going. Here's one that she sent back to her mother. As you can see, it's working. It's been working. You know, it's too dumb to see it. Haven't watched all of these, so some of these may be more of the same. I did watch some of them. Let's see what this one is.
But look at you. Look how far you've come. You faced your trauma, and you came out on the other side. And I'm sorry to give
Every video that she sends like that is the same thing, basically implying that I'm a narcissist. Some political things in here which I don't really care about. Here's one.
Just a friendly reminder that smart is not the same as manipulative. Just because they're manipulative does not make them smart, okay? They're really dumb as fuck. Just a friendly reminder.
More of the same. I don't know about that one. I haven't watched it. But since she replied, for real, bro, let's see what it shows. Let's watch it.
If they couldn't speak, would their actions make you feel loved? I want you to think about it, and whatever your answer is, do with that what you will.
Okay. Whatever. Here's a funny one, and then she comments, if your dad was actually fun, I would do stuff like this. She responded, he would just get mad. For real, bro. Your dad would definitely get mad. That's the sad part. Bro, I want to go home. This is when we were at my mom's house. But I'm the one that needs to communicate better, LOL. Yeah. Here's another one.
For me, to understand something is to understand how to navigate it. What I've learned is that for many people, to understand something is to excuse it. No. I see what's happening under this video and I understand why you guys think that. So let's clear some things up. When we discuss how boys are abandoned under a patriarchal system, we are not excusing it. This was a reflective video about men feeling angry that women want to rely upon them. The context was men get angry and defensive when women want them to be accountable and reliable because they have no context for it because they were left to the wilderness as children. To understand why something happens is to understand how to navigate it. Which I will pair with another popular comment that I get. Men must treat you differently or you must have access to different types of men. No, I don't date a lot and I don't date men a lot, which is my form of navigating. Men being taught in childhood that accountability is an attack. I don't exist to fix that. I don't want to fix that just to date. I don't care enough. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, that's enough of that. Here she is spying on me, I guess, through the camera while I'm watching TV. Looks like your dad is just watching football when I looked at the camera. She says, like, on the couch, in his chair. Weirdo. Why is he out there? Because I'm not home. Fair. You read that. That's probably another one, but I don't want to even open it. I'm tired of opening these. Just doing this so I can have evidence. I don't even know how to feel about this right now. I don't have the energy to be angry. Here's another one that looks like it's about child support, which I'm not. We haven't even
People were
divorced
fighting
yet.
for their life in my comment section about child support. Well, I pay child support, so I pay for those sports, I pay for those school clothes, I pay for those haircuts, da-da-da-da. Simply paying child support is not helping out. If you see your child any less than 50-50, you should be paying child support. Because that primary parent is paying for 90% of that child's food, water for them to wash their ass, gas to get them from point A to point B all the time. I don't know where we got the idea of simply paying child support was called being a parent. Because let's face it, if you only see your kid 4 days a month, that other parent has a lot more expenses to raise that child than you do. Therefore, yes, you have a legal obligation to fork out some money to help that other parent.
And let's be clear here. I have no problem paying child support. I've offered to pay even more than the other lawyer asked, and I offered to let her stay in the house. I offered to buy her out. I've offered everything, and I wanted my kids. My lawyer told me that I'd be spending $15,000 to $20,000 to fight for them, and I'd probably lose. So I don't really get much of a choice. when it comes to my children. And yet, this is how my wife, soon to be ex-wife, is framing it to my daughter. Here's another one. It says, y'all, when my ex cheated on me, I put milk in his water humidifier and diffuser, and they found him dead from an allergic reaction the next morning. I don't even know what to say to that. She sent this to my daughter. Here's another one about narcissists.
Thought I saw a man brought to life. He was face I'm all out of face.
Not even gonna watch the whole thing, it's too long. But there's plenty of information there. The video can be found if needed. Let's see. This says, what does that say? I can't read it. Let me go ahead and click it. It says, I will never respect a man who treats the woman who's an amazing mother to their children like crap. It's extremely low. So, yeah, I don't really want to watch it, to be honest, but there's the info. That was a song about a narcissist, for real, whatever, it's your fits. That's what she sent after the last video. I'm not sure what this one is. I'll look it up later, but I'm guessing it's along the same vein. Or there's 3 different types of videos that she's sending: political ones, funny ones, and then ones that are making me look in the worst possible way. I do want to point out that I've never said anything about my wife, Lindsay, being a bad mother. In fact, I told my children that I think she's a really good mother. She's just not a good spouse. And that's all I was going to say about it. So I've never done anything like this to any of my children. It's completely sick to me that someone could do this. I don't. Would a man apologize for this? Let's see what it says.
You all know the iconic, how are you gonna be, boys do it, I raise you. Would a man apologize for this? You all know the iconic, how are you gonna be, boys do it, I raise you.
I don't even know what that one was about, so I guess forget that one. Don't replace me, teach me how to be that man you want. Peace is solitude. I don't know. Whatever. Let's see. The fact that it makes perfect sense. I don't know what this is. I'll look it up later. I'm hoping it's just something funny. I think I watched that one last night. I don't know. I don't remember. It's like, I can't open them all. The video is going to be forever as it is. Your wife isn't mad at you for being sick. This looks interesting.
Your wife isn't mad at you because you're sick, and she's definitely not mad at you because you have a man cold. But she probably is mad at you because when you're sick, you get to rest and recover, and she never gets the space to do so. That is typically what's happening and what creates resentment in a relationship. Because oftentimes when men are sick, they take a sick day and they get to actually rest and recover. They lay in bed, they lounge about.
That's more man-hating toxicity. Have you ever seen me rest when your dad, or when sick, when your dad gets to? Not that I can remember. No. This is the same woman who claims she never gets sick. So make that make sense. And to be honest, she hardly ever does get sick. She never got COVID. I got it 3 times. And felt like I was gonna die. In fact, prayed for death at one point. Changed my sheets 3 times in one night because I was sweating so much. Exactly. How's everything at home? She didn't answer. Let's see. Don't know what the fail vault is. I'll look at that later. This is from Riley. And I agree that you got to be careful, but look at this. Look at how she's framing men. Here's another one. This is an interesting one that she sent.
But imagine how tired we are. Imagine how tired we are of it. But imagine how tired we are.
Yeah. She says in response. You can see that she's eating it up. Sounds a wee bit familiar. Let's see what this says. That's Riley's response. Let's see what this video says.
Admit that I've been standing in the same place for 18 years?
Well, I've been standing with you. I've been right here with you, Troy. I got a life too.
Oh, yes.
I gave 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot as you.
Yeah. I will say that was a pretty good movie. She says, doesn't it though? Not sure about this one, but she responded with this.
Sweetheart, this is your reminder. We die at the end of this. Fuck them. Somebody mistreat you, don't know how to treat you? Fuck them. Family member don't know their role, don't know their place? Fuck them. People constantly being disrespectful to you? Fuck them. Them kids? Fuck them. We die at the end of this. Sweetheart.
Keep in mind, she's sending this to my daughter that's 15. Haven't watched all these. Here's another one about narcissism. She sent to my daughter.
Male and a female fall in love. They have a baby that has needs. So whoever meets the need is who you attach to. So if the baby's need doesn't get compromised, it doesn't get messed, the baby builds up
But just more about narcissism. Let's see here. Oh, here's one. Emotional.
Someone in my comments just called an angry man he-emotional. They said, "Are you getting he-emotional, sir?" And I will tell you, I will use that for the rest of my life. Anytime a man gets emotional at you, right, because they don't have emotions.
As you can see, this is not just actively making my daughter hate me, but also actively making all men seem horrible. She's sending this to my daughter every day. Has been for 3 months now. So, and this is only on TikTok, so I don't know if there's more in other places. It says a mantrum. Yeah. Funny. It's funny. Not sure what this one says. Let's click it real quick.
What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Fuck you, April! Fuck you, Albert!
I can't watch any more of that. Yeah, I've never done that. Now I have lost my temper. But I've never done that. There's a few more good ones down here, so I mean, good ones is the wrong word, but relevant ones, I suppose I should say. Let's see here. Let me pause so I can find the next relevant. Here's an interesting one. Yeah, it's kind of how I write. And she knows that. Okay, here's another one. Let's click on this.
I wanna talk about me, wanna talk about I, wanna talk about number one. Oh my, me, my, what a thing, what a lot.
Let me go ahead and pause that. So, And right after that video, she sent this message. Yeah. Here's another one. Here's a video that Riley sent. I can't see it. She says this. This is my 15-year-old daughter talking to my wife. Here's another one.
I was trained early to believe that good mothers don't break their children's hearts. And in order to be true to myself, I would have had to leave my then husband, which would have broken my children's hearts. Standing in front of my daughter Tish, she's an extremely sensitive, fierce, wonderful soul. And she looks back at me and she says, "Mommy, can I do my hair like yours?" And something in that moment, I realized, oh, every time my daughter looks at me, she's asking a question. And she's asking, "Mommy, how does a woman do her hair? How does a woman love? How does a woman be loved?" And I realized I am staying in this marriage for my little girl. But would I want this marriage for my little girl? I realized that in staying in that marriage to protect her from pain, I was taming her, right?
Anyway, this is the comment that she left. I left so they could see me loved. They deserve that, and so do I. He left because I told you I was gonna get a divorce because I found out that you were still sleeping around. And I saw that you were texting at least 5 different dudes at the same time, and that's not including the new one that you have. That's why you left. And you still haven't left, you're still here. Here's another one. Which is ironic considering that every time I tried to discipline my kids, she would step in and tell me that I was doing something wrong.
What many parents don't realize is to be a good parent, you're not going to look like a good parent. You're not going to be liked. It's going to feel like your kids don't love you. Remember,
Isn't it ironic that you're sending all these messages to your child, tearing down the other parent, tearing down their father, and then saying that you're the one that's not going to be liked? Irony, right? There's that video, just to confirm it's there. Here's another good one. I said good again. Relevant. It's another relevant one.
Loneliness, when experienced by women, is treated like a joke. The stereotypical image of the crazy cat lady has been mocked for centuries, warning other women not to be too selective or too demanding, or else you end up like. But when men are lonely, when women refuse to engage with certain men, suddenly it's an epidemic and a crisis requiring analysis by psychoanalysts and hundreds of articles.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch any more of that. Here's another one. Notice what she says under. Ex-husband tried to tell the family court I was an unfit parent. I was a stay-at-home mom, and mainly because of his wishes for me to not work. That's not true. She's got all of her training in massage therapy because I pushed her towards that. She's got an associate's degree because I pushed her towards that. And I spent every chance I could telling her that she needed to be able to take care of herself just in case I died. And she fought it the entire time. But now the story's being twisted into her saying that I wanted her to stay home and work when that's not the case. Not the case. Never was. Here's one I'll click on in a second. Here's the reply to show Riley's reaction. And keep in mind, I don't blame Riley for any of this. She's being manipulated. nothing wrong with that video at all that I see. I love a strong, intelligent woman. Yeah, this is a good one. Let me confirm that I'm the same. Still Riley. Still my wife. Let's watch this. What she sent to my daughter.
I used to grow up and want to be like you. And now I don't.
What you mean you don't want to be like me? Who you want to be like?
You're an awesome dad. You give me everything I want, but you don't know how to treat women. You're the only one in this family. You never once to hold your girlfriend's hand or walk with her or take her on a date. You're the only person in this family that don't know how to treat a girl.
I don't want to, because I'm not sweet? Because I'm not sweet, you don't want to be like, you don't want to.
That's the whole point of getting a girlfriend. Cause if my mama, she was always rude to you, you wouldn't even want to be with her, would you? Would you?
No.
Exactly. So why do you think she would want to be with you if you was nice? Explain. People are always trying to not hurt your feelings.
Yeah. Here's another one. Point of view. They say, but he's still your children's father. That's funny. I'm still the mother of his children. Did I deserve what he put me through? It wasn't just what he put me through hell. It was his children too. Did they deserve that? No. But when I put my foot down and fought back, like hell, I became a monster. Make it make sense. Okay. And that was Riley's reply to that video. You can see that clearly she's taken a side. Even though I've done everything I know how to do to try to keep them out of this. And I know she's going to do this to the other two kids if she keeps them. But there's nothing I can do about it because the courts won't listen to me. They won't do anything to help me. Here's another one that's just inappropriate, it looks like. Let's see.
Don't send me your pickle in my DMs. Don't send me your pickle in my DMs unless you want me to sit around with all my friends and take fun.
So she's sending songs about men sending pictures of their genitalia. My daughter's 15. This looks interesting. Let's see what this one is.
Can we stop weaponizing the 1% as an excuse for the women who just want to unalive their babies? Because I'm always hearing this case. What about great?
I agree with that. So here's another one. Narcissist defensiveness, not a sign of insecurity. It's something much worse.
The concept that blew my mind when I was reading George Simon's book, Character Disturbances Today. Toxic people, narcissists in particular, are not defending themselves because they're insecure. They're fighting you to keep their way of living and behaving the same. They are on the defense, protecting their right to be hurtful and harmful to you. We mistakenly think it's an insecurity, that they're just caught up in some aspect of shame or humiliation and they're trying to justify and explain why they do what they do. No, that's not what's happening. They're telling you they don't plan to change because in their mind it's the right thing to do, but they're making you think that they're insecure and they're just actually trying to protect their ego. Don't listen to this so-called defensive argument and thinking, oh, they're getting it, they understand, they're seeing my perspective, they're just trying to tell me why they did what they did. No. They're telling you they don't plan to change. They're telling you they think that what they're doing is right and they're trying to throw you off and confuse you and mix you up so that they don't have to do any of the work. Rather, they want to make it feel like it's on you and your fault or that you need to understand them better to allow them greater allowances to be a bad person who's hurtful to you. Don't fall for it. You're trapped in one of these toxic relationships and you don't know how to get out, or you're out but don't know how to heal. Check out either my coaching program called Trauma Bond.
Yeah. Here's another one.
Have you ever noticed that a narcissist's gifts aren't really gifts? They always come with strings attached. One year my ex got me like a pretty expensive present, and I thought it was sweet until every argument started with, after all I've done for you, I spent so and so money on this gift for you. But that's just how it works. Gifts become leverage to them. It's not from love. It's not about being generous. It's about control, and it's about the conditions with the gift that they give you. So true giving doesn't come with conditions attached. So don't let these tactics fool you. Have you ever noticed?
And she said, under that, sound familiar? I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response. Just amazing. Getting close to the last one here. Let's see what this one is.
Let's make a baby daddy excuse from scratch. Baby daddies don't follow any rules, so neither will this recipe. Do whatever the fuck you want. It's all about entitlement, chaos, and confusion. First, spray a pan with self-pity and denial. Then you're gonna mix 1 can of steamy bullshit with a couple of eggs, because he's gonna be too chicken to tell the kids on his own that he's not showing up, and he's gonna have you do it for him. Next, you're gonna combine the kid's tears of disappointment with his mommy's tears of disgust, because you've made his life so hard. Now you're gonna pour in a packet of Splenda, because he's gonna be wearing his fake "I'm such a nice guy" mask, plus a splash of vinegar to expose the sour truth that he lacks empathy. For a smoky flavor, burn cash till it's as useless as his child support, and then toss it in with his empty promises. In lieu of accountability, add a skosh of cocaine and a splash of his favorite booze. Feel free to add genuine remorse, but that's a tough ingredient to come by in a narcissist's kitchen. Now you're gonna mix all these ingredients together, pour the batter into the pan, and then garnish with his girlfriend's cheap perfume and sprinkles of concern for her kids who think of him as dead. Leave it out for a few days. Remember, he loves half-baked ideas. For your final step, you're gonna dump it in the disposal where it winds up in the sewer where it belongs. Let's make a baby.
Here's another one.
Is the idea that men just inherently need respect.
Most men, myself included, have been raised to not know what respect means, and I'd like to elaborate on that. Now, that's a great video by Jay Fisher. He talks about how one of the conditionings of patriarchy is that we believe men are deserving of respect, we're entitled to it, and he is so emotional and powerful and vulnerable and transparent with his share there on how that has impacted his marriage and what he's trying to come back from. And I really think you should check the video out. I want to talk about how this notion under patriarchy creates what's called aggrieved entitlement and affects another area of our life, which is our friendships and relationships with others.
Not gonna watch that whole thing, but the information is there on the screen. You can find it. So that's all I've found so far. I don't know what to say. I don't know where my kids are. My wife has actively made my daughter hate me. I can only assume that she's subtly done it to the other two as well. And what's sad about this is that I probably still won't get to have my kids. I don't know what to say anymore. It feels like it hurts a lot. I love my children, and I never thought I'd be in a situation where my kids would hate me, especially for what? Exactly. She cheated on me. 5 years ago, she cheated on me, and I forgave her, and then she cheated again, and I forgave her again, and then she cheated again, and I forgave her again. I'm such an idiot. And then 5 years went by, and she never stopped. So many men. I just want my kids back. Well, I guess I'll sign off for now.